Hi, I'm a teacher of gifted and talented children, and I get to work with the same students for several years. And I'd like to tell you about a young man named Henry. And Henry, his family was divorced, and they had both sort of were living with significant others, and then they also had families. So Henry was sort of going from household to household, in addition to having to adapt to new kids that were his step brothers and sisters. In addition, Henry had ADHD, and so he was sort of the class clown. Um, his work was, he had a hard time focusing, so often it would be incomplete or it would be, just not uh, of the quality of the other kids. So, he had a reputation as being the funny guy, and this was one way that he coped with all of it. The other thing about switching between households is he did not get his ADHD medicine on a regular basis. So he would come to school and, he could be off the wall one day and have it together the next day. And so he was a difficult child for most classroom teachers who had to deal with, a lot of kids. And I got to deal with him in a smaller group. So that year we were studying the essential questions, do animals have intelligence? And so we were studying neurology and the brain and things like this. And one of the projects that they were assigned was to study a disease that had some sort of neurological involvement and present some sort of project on it. So Henry, he decided to pick ADHD, and and his project was, pretty simple. He did a little game about it, but at the end, all the kids, there was about 18 of them, had to give a parent presentation, and so the room was full of parents and everything, and it came to be Henry's turn. And Henry got up and he told the room full of people about ADHD, and then he ended it by saying, "And I have ADHD." And you felt like you were in this AA meeting where he got up and admitted to something, and the room was just silent. But then there was this big applause, and his parents were crying in the audience, and I was tearing up. And I think from that moment on, the kids in the school accepted him better, and he felt better about himself because he was able to reveal this about himself and talk about it. So I think it made a difference in his life with his peer group. It made an impression on his family, made an impression on me.